let us discuss one more element of symmetry, plane of symmetry. Already the concept might be clear to you. Symmetry element is a collection or gathering or togetherness of such a points which are not disturbed, which are not displaced, which are not moved from their original place throughout the operation. So here operation is reflection, or in other words we can say cutting the molecule. So if we have to define the symmetry element, means if we have to define plane of symmetry, then it is a lamina, it is a plane passing through the molecule in such a way different sides of the plane are with same arrangement, are in such a way that one is a mirror image of other, then that element, that lamina is called plane of symmetry. In other words, if we cut the molecule into equal halves, then that cutting plane is our molecular symmetry plane or plane of symmetry. So element is a plane and operation is reflection. It is represented as sigma. The element is represented by the word sigma. Now, if we are to talk about the operation, if we perform first operation on the element sigma, means sigma 1, means we can do one reflection. It is represented as sigma 1. Let us consider. If I do second operation, means reflection of reflection, what will be the answer? Original structure. Result will be identity. Means sigma 2 is equal to identity. So for sigma, which possible operation remain? Sigma 1 only. Because sigma 2 identity, repetition not allowed, and identity we are giving separate priority. Therefore sigma 2 will not consider. So only 1. So rather than mentioning sigma 1, conventionally we represent possible operation on a plane, reflection plane, symmetry plane, sigma as sigma only. But there is a difference. First sigma is a symmetry element, and now what was sigma I am saying? It is a symmetry operation. Symmetry element is a plane and symmetry operation is a reflection. Now this planes, molecular symmetry planes, are of three types. For that, you should know what is meant by principal axis of rotation, and in the previous video that I discussed what is meant by principal axis of rotation. So if our plane is perpendicular to the principal axis of rotation, then that plane is called as horizontal plane and it is represented as sigma h. H is as a suffix to the sigma. If the plane is along the principal axis and does not bisect the angle between subsidiary C2 axis, see it is very important term, subsidiary C2 axis, then that is called as vertical plane. It is represented as sigma phi. A plane which is along the principal axis and bisects the angle between the subsidiary axis, subsidiary C2 axis, subsidiary nearest C2 axis, subsidiary consecutive C2 axis is called as dihedral plane and it is represented as sigma d. D is small here. D represents dihedral plane. A plane passing through the principal axis and is along the subsidiary axis, or which does not bisect the angle between subsidiary C2 axis, is called as vertical plane. Difference in diagonal and vertical is very important one. We will discuss it with separate examples. I repeat, three kinds of planes we discuss. Sigma H, horizontal plane. Sigma D, dihedral plane. Sigma V, vertical plane. Now with different examples, let us understand these different kinds of plane. So these molecules and their examples. It's a moving water molecule. What we need to do now? We have to identify the possible planes of symmetry. Before that, is the axis of symmetry clear to you? C2 axis is there in the water molecule? Yes. Now, two planes are possible, and those are represented by yellow color, and edge of the ring, yellow lamina is represented by blue color. See here, two planes are there. Now you can find the plane which is cutting the water molecule, completely cutting the water molecule, perpendicular to molecular plane. And now the molecular plane. The molecule will divide in the two equal halves, hydrogen, oxygen, and hydrogens. It is exactly the molecular plane. So, this molecular plane and other plane perpendicular to the molecule, these two planes are possible. Now we have to categorize them. Three types of plane of symmetry we have studied: horizontal, vertical, and dihedral. What do you think? They are in which category? Are they along the principal axis? Only one axis. It's the principal axis. They are along the principal axis. So they can be vertical or dihedral. But there are no subsidiary C2 axis. So only one option left, that is vertical plane. So in water molecule, these two vertical planes are there. Is it clear? This is ammonia molecule, and you are finding here C3 axis. Now we have to find out which kinds of planes are present in this ammonia molecule. See, these three planes are present. How can you describe these planes? Each plane passes through each NH bond, and whatever the bond angle is there, that much angle is there between two consecutive or nearest planes. See here now the clear cut view that I am showing. Yes, those three planes are there. Each is passing through each NH bond. What will be the name of these planes? Are they passing through principal axis? Yes. Are they bisecting the angle between subsidiary C2 axis? No. So, dihedral plane option is not there. Those are vertical plane. So, for ammonia, three vertical planes are there. Now, see here is a planar trans dichloroethylene molecule, and we have discussed perpendicular to the molecular plane there is an axis, and what is the name of that axis? C2 axis. Can you find any plane in this molecule? I already said yes, it is a molecular plane. Means all two carbons, two hydrogen, and two chlorine encompassing plane. That molecular plane is a symmetry plane possible here. This molecular plane divides each atom into equal halves. And how is this molecular plane? Is it along the principal axis, that's a C2 axis, or perpendicular? Right. This plane is perpendicular to the C2 axis. See here, you'll understand clearly. How can you label this plane? What will be the name? Right. It is horizontal plane possible in this molecule, and it is only plane possible for this molecule. See the principal axis for BF3. It is a C3, and in addition to that, there are three C2 axes. Now we have to talk about planes possible. Which planes do you think are possible? See here. Along the plane of the molecule, covering all those four atoms, there is a plane. And other three planes are perpendicular to that molecular plane. And each of those three planes passes through each boron fluorine bond. Now we have to categorize these planes. What do you think? The plane which is cutting the molecule, which is along the molecular plane, that is vertical or horizontal. Is it perpendicular to the principal axis? Yes. Therefore, that is horizontal plane. What about other three planes? Are they passing through principal axis C3? Yes. Are they bisecting the angle between adjacent and nearby C2 axis? No, they are along C2 axis. So what will be the name for those three planes which are perpendicular to the molecular plane? Right, those are vertical planes. So in conclusion, in BF3 molecule, there is one horizontal plane and three vertical planes. Now see here, linear hydrogen molecule. C infinity is the principal axis and subsidiary C2 axes are there. How many C2 axes? Infinite number of C2 axes. Let us see which planes are possible. Can you cut this hydrogen molecule through a plane perpendicular to the bond? Yes. How many such planes are there? Only one. What is the name of that plane? Is it perpendicular to the principal axis or along principal axis? It is perpendicular to the principal axis, C infinity. So it is horizontal plane. Which other planes are possible? Can you imagine a plane along a bond cutting the hydrogen atoms simultaneously as well as bond? Yes. How many such planes are there? Infinite number of planes are there. Whatever the C2 axis are there, no, each C2 axis, along each C2 axis, there can be the plane. So infinite number of such planes are there. Now let us label. This plane is a vertical or horizontal or dihedral. Certainly it is not horizontal. Now question is about the vertical and dihedral. Is this plane along the principal axis? Yes. Therefore, two options are there, vertical or dihedral. Is it bisecting the angle between a subsidiary nearby C2 axis? No, it is along each C2 axis. So, dihedral option is washed out. What is left? Vertical. So, vertical planes are there. How many? Infinite. So, in conclusion, in hydrogen molecule, there is a one horizontal plane and infinite number of vertical planes. Now, see this last molecule, linear molecule, HCl molecule. Here also there is a C infinity axis. Can you cut the molecule along that C infinity axis so that both hydrogen and chlorine as well as the bond will divide in the two equal halves? Yes. What will the name of that plane? Is it along principal axis or perpendicular? Along. So name of the plane is vertical plane. There is no question of dihedral plane because subsidiary C2 axes are not there. Such how many planes are there? Infinite planes are there. If you remember one time I said a circle, how many dots remains, how many points remain, which encompasses the ring of that circle. Infinite number of points are there. Means to the circle, how many diameters may possible? Infinite number of diameters may possible. Likewise, here by changing a very little angle, a different planes may possible and number will be very large. Infinite number of vertical planes are there. So, in conclusion, for this molecule, infinite number of vertical planes are here. Yes, student. Now it's the time to give you the homework. What is homework? You have to provide one example of a molecule which possesses dihedral plane of symmetry. Only you mention its formula or name in the comment box. I'm waiting for your answer. Now, among this, while representing priority remains, horizontal plane is represented first during collection, then dihedral plane, and then vertical plane is represented during collection of the all symmetry operations. Now, what dihedral plane I give you the detailed information. For example, PtCl4 minus 2, a square planar complex. In this complex, you will find principal axis as C4, which is perpendicular to molecular plane and is passing through platinum ion. Further, C2 axes are there, which are perpendicular to that C4 axis. Two C2 axes of one category, which are along the Cl-PtCl bonds. And two C2 axes are bisecting the angle between Cl-PtCl. It means one category of C2 axes where two C2 axes are there, they are along chlorine, platinum, chlorine. And other kind of the C2 axes, they are only passing through the platinum and they are in between two chlorines or chloride ions as a ligand. Now, among these two, which is the subsidiary C2 axis? Actually, C4 axis is there. C4 axis also can result the C2 operation, or C4 axis itself has a C2 axis, but that's the principal axis. We are talking about subsidiary. Now, this C2 and C2 dash, C2 means those are along the atoms and C2 dash means which are not along the atoms. This C2, C2 dash, that prime comes as the number or the different kinds of the C2 axis increases. So the C2 axis which is passing through the many number of atoms is our first subsidiary C2 axis. In between them or the plane passing between them, plane bisecting the angle between them, that is dihedral plane. So the plane along C2 dash is our dihedral plane. And what about the plane along C2? That is our vertical plane. So if you study the different further examples, the concept will become more clear. But it is very important to note these three kinds of the planes, because only saying sigma, only saying existence of plane of symmetry has no importance. Proper labeling that element or operation is important one. Now question you will be with, why we represent the plane of symmetry by symbol sigma. This sigma term, actually Greek term, that sigma is used for the letter sigma is used for letter S. And from German, the Spiegel, Spiegel, Spiegel is a word. Meaning of that word is mirror. And through mirror, what happens? Reflection. So, in spite of Spiegel, representation of that word Spiegel, S, and S is represented in Greek by symbol sigma. Therefore, we are using this sigma, small sigma symbol for mirror. So, horizontal, vertical, and dihedral, the types are there. That is different one. Is it clear? In next part, let us discuss a new element of symmetry, center of symmetry. What is meant by that symmetry element and what are the operations possible with various examples?